Hello everyone, good morning. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Now we are going to discussing about installation of Tomcat using Ansible role. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. So for that one, right here I already written the documentation, everything step-by-step process in the day 27. So you can have a look here. So before going to watch this Ansible role, using Ansible role installation of Tomcat, please have a look that Tomcat installation using Ansible playbook. Once you understand this one only, you can easy to understand roles level. The reason, same thing, whatever we have written that playbook, okay, from user the particular playbook, whatever written the playbook to install the Tomcat. So we are going to be convert to Ansible role. Understand, right? So here I already written the step-by-step documentation here. Please have a look. First, what I'm going to do, here we have one EC2 instance. In this particular same EC2 instance only, we are going to be install the Tomcat. Okay. Instead of installing the destination server, I'm going to install in the same server. Or if you want, you can install in the destination server also. Instead of giving the local host, we can give it destination target, the specific IP address or group name, whatever. So now, first what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert the OPT directory. If you see here, currently we don't have anything. Now what I'm doing here, right? I'm going to create the role. How do we create? Ansible-Galaxy. Using this Ansible-Galaxy command init, and then here I'm giving that role. What is the role name? What is the role name? Tomcat -offline. So why I'm giving this offline, right? In case if you use this Ansible-Galaxy init Tomcat, if you're not giving offline, what will happen? If it is available in the internet, the specific Tomcat role, it will be download. That's why. But in our case, we required a, empty role structure, and then we can define our entire thing. That's why I'm giving here Ansible-Galaxy init Tomcat. This is the role name, guys. Tomcat is the role name. Now we can enter here. If you see here, Tomcat role is created successfully. This particular Tomcat role is default structure, guys. It won't be available any Tomcat related installation. Now we need to be defined inside this particular role, and we can define that one. Okay, we can run the particular role. Now you can go here inside the Tomcat, and here you can see that we have a default directory, files directory, handlers, metadata, tasks, templates, test, vars, everything. And I already said, right? Let me see that tree command. If it is not there, we can install it. Yum install tree command. Yum install tree. Now what this tree command will write, it will be display the subdirectory subfiles. If you see here, inside the Tomcat directory, we have a default directory, files, handlers, everything. Just I'm checking here, default directory will be declare the default variables, and files directory, we can copy the particular tomcat-user.xml, tomcat.service file, everything we can define inside the files directories only. And handlers, if something, some changes happen in this particular Tomcat configuration, if you want to be restart, you can define inside the handlers only. And metadata, it is information about metadata, like who has written this particular playbook, everything we can define there. And task directory will be define the task example, create the user, install that, download the Tomcat, extract it, everything will be defined inside the task directory only. Remember, inside the task directory, we need to define inside the main.yml, or if you have multiple YAML file, those things we need to be included inside the main.yml only. Okay. And test directory, you can ignore it. And where we can define the variables as well. Here you have to remember, example, in the default directory variables you have defined, and also you have defined the same variables in the vars directory. This whatever we have mentioned, the vars directory values only it will be pick up. This is the high priority in the vars directory. Clear, right? Fine. Now what you have to do, you can go here. Now here we already defined. Just to open this. And here you can see the Tomcat. And just example I have defined here. First, I'm going to define the default directory. Inside the default directory, I have already mentioned that Tomcat related vars. If you remember in playbook, if you remember, if you go here, I can show you this. If you go here in the playbook, we have mentioned the vars, right? Those vars we are going to be declared inside the role. That is the default directory. Okay, default directory. This is the variables, guys. I'm going to define this particular variables. Understand, right? Instead of in Ansible playbook, we directly define there. in Ansible role, inside the default directory, inside the main.tf file, we are going to be define this one. Here you have to remember three hyphens are important. Just copy this one. Go here. I'm going to that default directory. Understand, right? Just I'm converting whatever we have written in the playbook. Just I'm converting to Ansible role. Nothing I'm doing extra. Okay. Now here you can go with give this ll command, cat command, main.tf. Remember, I'm replacing that whatever new data it will be added here. If you see here, I have added control D. Now if you go and check it here, main.tf, and here you can see that the specific one we have added. Understand, right? Variables we have added in the default direct, that is the default variables we have defined here. Clear, right? Just I have converted, guys. I haven't written any changes compared to what I have written in the playbook, right? Same playbook only. I'm going to convert to Ansible role. Clear, right? Any questions now? Now you can go here, Tomcat, and the next one is files directory. Inside the files directory, we will be define that our files. Example, tomcat-user.xml, tomcat.service file. Everything will be defined inside this particular files directory only. Again, I'm repeating, tomcat-user.xml, we won't be use it in the real time. Just for practice purpose, I'm showcasing here, but in real time, and also don't tell in intro level, we also define the tomcat-user.xml. It is not, we won't be do, okay? Fine, now we can copy this. And then I'm giving here cat command tomcat-user.xml, where we need to define. If you see here we have a files directory. Any files will be defined inside the files directory only, guys. Okay? Cat. And then you can define here tomcat-user.xml. And then you can copy this, paste here. Okay? And control D. Clear. Super. Any questions now here? No, right? Any questions here now? No, right? Fine. Now you can go here. This part is clear. Now what is the next one? Next one is this one, tomcat.service file. Just copy this one. Go here, cat. Sorry. Cat tomcat.service. Enter. Now you can copy this. You can paste here. Enter, control D. Okay. Now you can see here, cat command, tomcat.service. Clear, right? Fine. Now we have copied the particular files, whatever we are going to be write, everything we have defined here. What is the next one? Go to the Tomcat and handler. In case some changes happen, we need to be restart. Then what you can do? We can use this particular notifier option. If you see here, name restart Tomcat, and system day name is Tomcat, state is restarted. Now just copy this one. Sorry, first you can give inside the handlers, you can define this, copy this one, go here, handlers, and here you can give cat main.tf. Now you can define here. Enter, control D. Now you can give it main.tf, and if you see here, we have defined the particular one. Okay, super. What is the next one? Now go to the Tomcat. Next one is task. Remember task, this is the main important. Inside the task only will be defined. If you remember, we already written every enter playbook, right? Just enter playbook, I'm going to copy to inside the task directory, that is main.tf file. Okay. Now I can go here, go back, task, and you can go here, main.tf. Just I'm converting, guys, whatever we have written that playbook, just I'm converting to role only, control D. If you see here we mentioned that notify, that is a restart Tomcat. That's why inside the notify handlers, we define that name is restart Tomcat. Okay, clear. Now you understood, right? Any questions? So this is the process of converting from playbook to Ansible role. And here you have to remember, directly we can't run the Ansible role. What you have to do, you need to write the playbook. There you need to call this particular role. There we need to call this particular role. Let me show you that one as well. You can come down a little bit. Yeah, if you come down here, yeah, if you see here, and I'm going to give it tomcat.yaml file, YAML or YAML, and there we are defining -3 hyphens, and names set up Tomcat using role, and host name is localhost, because I'm going to install this particular in the local host only. Remember, again I'm repeating, don't confuse. Here just I'm giving the local host means wherever you are running the playbook, in the particular server only, it will be installed that particular Tomcat. Okay, but and here we are giving that in real time, right? Usually we'll be give that destination group name, okay, destination IPs, destination DNS name we can define directly here. Okay, but we should be having the communication between source to destination. It means Ansible to the particular destination. It will connect through SSH only. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? And here most important in the roles, right? In the roles we mentioned that Tomcat. It means it will be use the particular Tomcat role. Here you have to remember, guys, Tomcat.yaml file and role name both will be in the same location only. In case your Tomcat.yaml file in the different location in the roles path, right? You have to give the specific path, Tomcat path, Tomcat role path you have to mention. Clear, right? Now what you can do, now you can copy this one. I'm going to do in the same location only. If you see here, go back one step. And if you see here in the Tomcat location only, I'm giving here cat Tomcat, sorry, cat Tomcat.yml or YML, both are same, guys. Anything you can give it. Now you can paste here, enter. If you see here, it is created cat command Tomcat.yaml file, YML. Okay, now if you see here, it is done. Any questions now here? Any questions? Clear, right? Now what you can do, again I'm repeating, Tomcat role, we can't directly run it. What you have to do, you need to write the playbook. There we need to call the particular role. What is the role name? Role name is Tomcat. The particular Tomcat-YAML file and also Tomcat directory, the particular role in the same location. That's why here directly we mention. In case this particular Tomcat role will be different location, what you can give it here example /root/Tomcat /temp/Tomcat. Something we can define there as well. Okay, fine, clear, right? Any questions now? Now we can go here, Ansible-playbook. Okay, and then here we need to run the playbook name. What is the playbook name? Playbook name is, tell me, playbook name is Tomcat.ym. Understand, right? Tomcat.yml. We need to run this particular Tomcat.yml. If you see here, it is gathering connectivity. Yes, it is there. Tomcat is installing, and then Tomcat is, Java is installing, and then user is created, group is created. Okay, check that download is Apache Tomcat. Okay, extracted. Okay, Tomcat also started, and it is restarted that particular Tomcat. Okay, everything's fine. If you see here, all are changed one whatever, and the next time it will showcase that okay, because it is already installed. That's why it is showcasing that okay or skipped one. Depends on we written the condition. Clear, right? Any questions now? Now, if you go and check it here, now we have done that using Ansible role, we have installed that particular one. If you give it LL command, if you see here, it is downloaded the tar file, it is extracted this particular one. Clear, right? And then it changed the ownership as well. And also, if it is changed the ownership as well, and also if you go and check it in the etc system, okay, and here you can see that Tomcat service file is there, and also you can go ahead and check it whether that particular content is there or not. Here you can see that whatever we mentioned it is there, and also you can go ahead and check it the particular one systemctl status Tomcat. Now if you see here, Tomcat also is running fine without any issue. Understand, right? So this is the process of installing Tomcat using Ansible role. And one more thing you have to remember, go to the OPT Tomcat directory, and here inside the task directory, right? We directly mention that everything in the main.tf only. Main.tf only. Instead of declaring everything in the main.tf, what we can do, as I said earlier in the HTTPD, I have showcased, right? Ansible role concept. So what we can do, instead of doing this one, what we can do, we can segregate this one as well. Example, download related one, download.yml, configuration related one, config.yml. Then what we can do, inside the main.tf file, we can call that particular one, import that particular one, include that particular task inside the main.tf file. Here you have to remember, guys, any file, main.tf file is the main one. Okay, whatever you're defining main.tf file, that will be executed, even though if you created example, I'm telling. Okay, example I'm telling, touch config.yml. Okay, touch install.yml. Example, this particular config.yml, you have defined the configuration related Tomcat. Install.yml, you have defined that install related Tomcat. Okay. Now, if you're not calling this particular two config and install file inside the main.tf file, main.yml, sorry, not tf, main.yml file, so it won't be execute this one. Even though if you mention hundreds of YML file inside the task directory, unless if you're calling inside the main.tf file, it won't be executed. Understand, right? So understand, right? This is the process. Usually, instead of defining everything inside the main.tf file, what we can do, we can also, whatever we have written the playbook, we can segregate config related one, install related one. Okay, everything service related one, we can define separate. Okay, we can define like that. Any questions now? So this is the process of, again, I'm repeating, this is the process of installing the Tomcat using Ansible role. Okay, again, I'm repeating, first you have to be understand manual process. Tomcat installation manual process. Then you can easy to write the Ansible playbook. Once you understand Ansible playbook, you can easily to convert the Ansible playbook to Ansible role only. Okay, one of the most important question in interview level, if they ask interview level, hey, have you written any Ansible? Have you written any Ansible playbook or role? Here you have to remember, in real time, we always go with the role only. We always go with the role. Instead of playbook, what we can do, role is, it is reusability. So what we can do, we always write the Ansible role. Then we can example, you can tell them like, I have installed the Tomcat using Ansible role in the destination server. You can tell. Usually, especially on premises, we were using the Ansible, but when it comes to the cloud, we won't be use much Ansible. That is the depends on our requirement. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? And also, once this is done, what he can do, he can open this particular port number, security group, and this open the port number 8080, and then you can access your Tomcat as well. If you see here it is showcasing the status is running. It means it will work fine. Only thing is, you can copy this particular one, go here, and then you can give it here 8080. Now what will happen? The particular Tomcat will be run without any issue. If you see here, Tomcat is running fine. Clear, right? Any questions now? Again, I'm repeating, don't confuse. For practice purpose, I have showcased local host only, but in real time, we'll be having the destination server. Either you can give the group name, either you can give the direct IP address, either you can give the direct DNS name, but I highly recommend we always give the group name only. Either you can use inside the etc Ansible host file, there we can define, or you can maintain your own inventory file. Then when you are running the Ansible playbook, Ansible-playbook, you can give the -a inventory file name, and then you can give the playbook so that it will take the particular inventory file only. Okay, clear, right? And also I have mentioned everything in detail in the documentation in this particular one. Please have a look so that you will get some idea. Okay, and also here you can see that Tomcat directory also I have created for your reference purpose. You can have a look this so that you will get some idea. Still, any questions now? Understand, right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram. And also we have a Tech World with Murali website. In this website, I already publish all the DevOps related courses: DevOps, AWS, Kubernetes, Terraform, AWS networking, logging and monitoring, Helm, DevOps projects, AWS networking. Here we have a 1 month, 6 months, 1 year plans available. If you want, you can enroll here. Still, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next video.